Good morning, guys. So EURUSD is currently in this supply zone, which could be interesting. We could potentially get shorts from here, just short-term shorts into the demand or the lower demand. Because if you see, the overall trend is bullish, and we're having strong signs now that price is ready to have that bullish trend continuation. You have the minor break, and even though we missed this demand down here, if we look at the demand chain up here, price has been respecting all of this demand and moving up higher. So this is the next one. This is the demand that we can look at. If price breaks here, then we could probably have that short-term sell-off into these better demand zones to actually be able to get into this move and join this long continuation. So for the time being, just going to see what happens in here. Obviously we came in very impulsively into the zone, so I'm not going to rush into any trades here. You can see the minor break on the 15-minute would be quite low anyway, so most likely it would be better to see that demand fail, which would basically give you the minor break as well, and then you can enter from the supply like that and take a small trade down into this demand. But it is counter trend. You're in discount pricing as well when price wants to be bullish and head up higher. So I would advise that it's better to skip this short trade and just wait for price to come into demand instead and take that long with the overall bullish trend. So yeah, it depends on how patient you are. If you want to wait for the higher probability setup, which would be to take longs, but just for analysis sake, I am expecting price to potentially get that short-term sell move from this supply zone. So this is the zone that I'm watching, but it could also get liquidated because yeah, price could just keep pumping up and up. We've seen that before where it doesn't really stop to react from demand. It just keeps pushing up. It happened like here, I remember earlier this year. You have these really impulsive pushes up without coming back into demand. So it could happen, especially since price has started to kind of compress over here. So expect a breakout very soon. Let's look at GU. So I wanted to see a pullback on GU since it is bearish overall, but it's moving up higher, and I was interested in taking longs from this demand zone. However, you can see it's been very rangy in here, so now we have to be more cautious if we want to take trades because it's not really having the bullish momentum at the moment. So for me, this zone is finished. It failed to do anything. It just got liquidated, and even after the liquidity grab, you expect a really impulsive move, but it just continues to consolidate. So what I see is this demand forming over here, right? So we could just see a move like that into this supply or the supply higher up here, and then take the shorts again in line with the overall trend. So currently just watching what GU will do in this new zone, but this zone hasn't formed yet, by the way. We need the actual candle close, and then we need to see the next zone as well, if it will form a demand here. So pretty much for today, there's nothing to trade on GU. You just want to see if we form a valid demand over here. And then, yeah, because what is possible as well is, of course, you can see we have just reacted to this supply zone. And then since the demand failed, what we could see is the supply holds, and we just have that move down lower without any, it's not 100% certain you're going to get that full pullback. So we mentioned previously that on the daily, you have this liquidation of the equal lows over there, and we are seeing a price could reach this demand on the daily. So with that in mind, you can see that price is not really finding that bullish momentum, so it is possible we have the move down. What I see is the supply here, so you can also watch out if this supply chain is going to hold and sell off like that. So just waiting for a lot of confirmation on both of these pairs before rushing into any trades, because you want to have a very clear direction of where price is heading instead of trying to guess kind of 50-50 if a zone will hold or not. So I'd rather wait for a clearer setup. So that's what I'll be keeping an eye on.